following is a brief outline of the events leading up to Mike's 2 upcoming court dates. Please check the video description for ways you can help and links to the full version of the following clips. December 12, 2019, Mike, a blind veteran, went out to the Guilford County Courthouse in High Point, North Carolina to access local foreclosure listings. We were in the market for a house and he was trying to help with the search. Unfortunately, we discovered that the Guilford County courthouses in both High Point and Greensboro had a very poor understanding of the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, and disability rights. The staff there discriminated against Mike because of his disability and refused to allow him equal access to the courthouse. Guilford County Courthouse, High Point, North Carolina, December 21st, 2019.
Who do I talk to about being able to go to like the public defender's office or the prosecutor's office or the clerk's office with my cameras? Because I use them as under the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act. I use them as effective communication.
Okay.
For the vision loss, and I have memory problems too. So.
Okay. So with that right there,
yeah,
you can talk to you can talk to the district attorney's office. You can talk to.
Where are they located?
They're on the 4th floor.
Okay. So would I be able to go in now and talk to them?
Well, they can give a permit, but it's usually for evidence. So what I would do is I would contact the folks in Greensboro at the county attorney's office.
Okay.
Or the court administrator, the trial court administrator.
All right. But I have to like jump through a bunch of hoops in order to go.
No, it's not really. I wouldn't call it hoops.
Can I go in now? Can I?
No, because I can't. They can't. I can't clear you to bring that in.
Okay. So you're upholding the. So that's why I was talking to him. If he knew, I was going to ask you. Like, you guys are going to uphold the county judge's order over federal law, which is the Americans with Disabilities Act, stating that I can use these under the ADA as effective communication devices.
Okay. No, I'm not upholding one over the other. That's just.
But you're not going to let me go in with them. So you would be upholding the judge, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Mike attempted to help them understand the federal law that prohibits their actions, ADA, and went over to the main courthouse in Greensboro to try to get assistance from the disability coordinator. Guilford County Courthouse, Greensboro, North Carolina, January 2nd, 2020.
Are you threatening violence upon me? Is that what's going on? Because I want clarification.
Make a clear visual statement. Sir, you already been explained the policy with electronic equipment. You can't bring it in.
Okay.
I've been given that information, so you're going to have to...
I understand you're visually impaired.
Yeah.
Okay. What he's going to do right now is we're going to place your hands behind your back and put you in some handcuffs. Okay?
Why? So if you're threatening violence, I'll leave. You know, I just want to be clear.
Well, right now,
under threat of violence, I will leave.
Okay, well...
Right? I didn't think you were getting to the point of using violence on me, but if you're going to use violence, then I'll leave.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So...
15 minutes later, Jeff Fowler, Director of Security for the county, came outside.
I'm not an attorney.
Right. That's why you have a coordinator. So they can help this. You guys don't get to set the precedent for what is a reasonable accommodation. You understand that? That's how the law works. So you guys don't get to set that. You can offer something and we can communicate. And I say, well, that actually doesn't work for me. That isn't reasonable and it doesn't accommodate me. Right? Okay. And I've communicated that. So you're failing to actually provide me with a reasonable accommodation. I have my own reasonable accommodation here. Right? I can take notes with what I have here, right? And you guys are denying me service because of my assistive devices.
That is correct. And
okay.
To reiterate, you cannot bring the equipment into the building.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So you heard it, guys. That was correct.
In true tyrant fashion, they doubled down. Not only did they deny Mike equal access, but they threatened him with arrest and then later issued an unacceptable permit filled with stipulations and sanctions. On February 4th, 2020, Mike stopped by the health department to ask a couple simple questions. Sadly, the guards there had something else in mind. Health Department, High Point, North Carolina, February 4th, 2020.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Pull over. Who are you?
Mike has no memory of the time between the end of the live stream, being wheeled across the courtyard, and waking up some 5 hours later in the emergency room with a new bleed on his brain. Doctor in the ER prior to transferring Mike to a hospital with a better trauma center.
But I'm going to have to talk to them and probably transfer him to the bigger hospital. Now he has history of brain injury.
That's what he said to me. He wrote that down in his brief history. But this is not that.
Neurologist just prior to discharge on the 5th.
Where's the brain bleed?
So we got on the left side.
So that's where he's saying his head hurts the most right now. And it's fresh. It's not like something from.
No, usually blood will turn dark on the scan after a while. After a couple days, this is still bright. So it's probably good.
After finally getting Mike back home, we discovered that the attackers supposedly brought him before a magistrate and charged him with second-degree trespass and resisting an officer. The court date for those charges is currently scheduled for October 7th, 2020, in the Guilford County Courthouse. Around 9:30 p.m. on February 21st, 2020, Mike and I were out playing Pokemon Go in Madison, North Carolina. We were in our minivan and pulled into a church parking lot. We'd been there for about 5 minutes when someone else pulled in behind us. Thinking nothing of it, I finished what I was doing and slowly began to pull away. All of a sudden, the car behind me lit up like a Christmas tree, so I stopped immediately. Corporal Keith Benfield approached the van.
We're afraid of you.
You're gonna be real afraid. I'm gonna bust.
I already am afraid. Why?
Because
what crime?
Why?
You could be one. I don't know who you are. One.
Please don't smash the window.
Please don't smash my window. I don't want to reach
Please
down.
stop. Please stop.
Once I rolled my window down all the way, Benfield unlocked the doors, reached over me and took my keys out of the ignition, and then pulled me out of the van and put me in handcuffs. They took Mike out too, put him in cuffs, and took him to the Rockingham County Courthouse. I finally got a call from Mike the next day.
I'm not safe here. You need to get me out of here. I'm not safe. They've put me on suicide watch and stripped me naked.
Oh my
saying
God.
that it's not because I did it.
I found a bail bondsman that met me at the jail, and we got Mike out that night. What was the charge, you ask? We were wondering the same thing. They set his bond at $2,500 and that he, quote, must properly identify himself, and charged him with resisting an officer. Oh, and after kidnapping Mike and taking the cuffs off of me, Benfield handed me Mike's set of keys and left. He did not, however, give me back my keys that he stole from the ignition. I called the PD to find out how to get them back.
Ma'am, as far as your car keys go,
Yeah.
he said that he gave you your car keys.
He did give me one set, but the set he gave me weren't the ones that were in the ignition. So I'm just wondering if he has the other one or if somebody else has it.
We don't have no car keys of yours.
All right.
Not only did they have my husband, but they also had keys to my house and my van and were claiming that they didn't. I set to work changing the locks and securing our house. On Sunday, we got a call from the Madison Police Department. Apparently, someone found my keys in their parking lot. Police Department, Madison, North Carolina, February 24th, 2020.
Hi.
How you doing? Keys.
Yes, here to get some keys. Yeah. They should match these guys. Like identical match here.
Oh yeah, that'll. If you don't mind, you mind if I take those? I don't mean to. I was just gonna look and make sure.
Okay.
All right.
Do we know who found them or who had them?
They were found by a member of Public Works.
Okay.
I'm not sure that I wasn't here. I'm not sure the whole thing on it. I'm gonna turn them back over to you though.
All right.
Mike's first court date was continued to June 24th at the Rockingham County Courthouse. However, when Mike arrived to appear before the judge, an assistant district attorney, Stephanie Reese, denied him access to the courthouse. Rockingham County Courthouse, Reidsville, North Carolina, June 24th, 2020.
I want to retain all rights. I don't want to waive any rights.
And that's not really how it works.
What's going on?
Just trying to clarify if they're going to allow me access to the court today with my assistive devices or not, and I haven't got an answer yet.
I explained that all of his other devices would be fine, but that regulations do not allow recording devices into the courthouse without a written judge's order.
Okay.
I would have his waiver ready to go up and have him addressed in the court if he's ready to go.
Say that again, I couldn't hear you.
He got his waiver ready to go to be addressed in front of the court if he's ready to go.
Okay. Let me talk to him about that, the waiver thing. There's one down here?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, let's.
Yeah, I'm prepared to go. I just, I mean, I'm not waiving any rights, so I'm not gonna go in without my assistive devices. If you guys don't want to allow me equal access to the court, that's your decision to refuse me access. But I'm here acting in good faith just to go before the judge. But if you're determining that I can't do that, you're not allowing me access, that's your decision, not mine. Just want to be clear for the record.
All right, so I'm gonna go in and I'll address it with the judge. Sound good?
They'll
Okay.
have to stay outside. They're not allowed to bring in their cameras.
Okay.
If they choose to not bring in their cameras, they will of course be allowed.
Right. Thank you.
Okay.
So, all right. Thanks.
All right.
The case was continued to August 19th, 2020. Mike filed an Americans with Disability Act request for reasonable modification to the court's no electronic policy. We received the following response from District Court Judge Chris Freeman on Friday evening, August 7th, 2020, via Mike's attorney. It reads, electronic devices, including recording devices, are prohibited in the Rockingham County Courthouse pursuant to an amended administrative order, which order is enclosed. On July 6, 2020, this office received your request on behalf of your client to enter Rockingham County Courthouse with the following: iPhone, Milestone 312 voice recorder, GoPro camera and chest harness, Bose Bluetooth headset, aftershocks, Bluetooth headset, buzz clip obstacle detector, backup batteries, charging cables, backpack, white cane, ball cap, selfie stick, and click rule. This office is treating this as a request for reasonable accommodation under the Americans with Disability Act. After reviewing the request, this office is unable to grant permission for your client to use all of the listed devices inside the courthouse. Recording devices, such as cameras, cell phones, etc., are not allowed inside the courthouse. To allow such accommodation inside the courthouse would fundamentally alter the nature of the court's proceedings. The following requested devices will be allowed: buzz clip obstacle detector, backup batteries, charging cables, backpack, white cane, ball cap, and click rule. All other requested devices are denied. Your client is subject to being held in direct criminal contempt if found to have recorded anything inside the courthouse, audio and or visual, and or if found to have shared, downloaded, any recording, audio and or visual, on any social media platform or allowed anyone else to do the same. A copy of this letter and the related order will be provided to the Rockingham County ADA Coordinator, Rockingham County District Attorney's Office, and the Rockingham County Sheriff's Department. All documents received at this office or produced by this office will be placed in the clerk's file at Rockingham County Courthouse. If you have a complaint about this office's handling of your request for a reasonable accommodation, the ADA, you may file a complaint to the Administrative Office of the Courts, Court Program, attention, NCAOC Disability Access Coordinator, P.O. Box 2448, Raleigh, North Carolina 27602, or verbally at 1-919-890-1200. Sincerely, District Court Judge Chris Freeman. To be clear, this judge is using threats, coercion, and intimidation to deprive a qualified individual with a disability of their rights as protected by the Americans with Disabilities Act and NCGS 168A. And this is how they behave when they know they're being recorded.
So what are they doing to the disabled population when they don't know their rights, when they don't know the laws, when they aren't recording, when they don't know how to articulate it, how to make an ADA request? Like how many people day in and day out get abused and have their rights trampled and get violated, get beat up, get tortured, get killed, in custody and by the courts because they don't know, So yeah, absolutely. That's the primary thing we're trying to change here is just exposure on how to. There's no training and so far in any of these places, the police department, they denied my disability request. They don't have any training on it. They don't have a specific person that makes sure the city's trained on it. The county level, same thing. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's pervasive. It's all the way through the system. So we're trying to change that absolutely for disability rights, not just in the court system, but through the police engagements and through just government interactions.
Will you join us? Please check the description for how you can get involved no matter where you live. Follow us on Facebook. You can email us at insideisfree@gmail.com. And if you're local, please reach out. We would love to meet up sometime.
Lend me your eyes, I can change what you see, but your soul you must keep totally free.